Hello everyone and welcome back to SliverStar Arcade and more of the great Ace Attorney, and oh boy was the last episode crazy. We did a lot. Everyone kind of switched back to thinking he's guilty. But we've proposed the idea that Mr. Mason got in through the skylight, which Mr. McGillid then kind of twisted our words, suggesting that we were accusing the men of the roof deck of killing him and drop him in. Personally, I don't think that's what happened. I think Mr. Mason tried to get in, realized it was locked, and went in through the skylight. But that would mean Mr. McGillicud's the killer. Anyway, so basically, the crowd started chanting for the two men to testify, which I guess is what we're doing now. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Witness testimony. Refuting the accusation. Hey, I should probably make that the title of this episode. I am recording, right? Okay. We were the only two people up on the roof deck, dead or alive, I can swear to that. If anything happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where is your proof? I must say that on listening to his testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see? We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What? According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Huh! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Probably because we're... Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Refuting the accusations. We were the only two people on that roof deck. Hold it! So at the time, did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Oh, so at no time. Absolutely not, Dickin. No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGillid? Dear me, my lord. At the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in... Let me stop you there, fella, and ask. Do you have any evidence at all? At all? Yeah. 'Tis all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. If anything had happened, don't you think either one of us would have noticed? Hold it! Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? Are you... Fair dinkum, sir. Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. The audio is like out of sync on both screens. I'd give you the keys to my vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have locked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies. I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. I'm getting all the voices mixed up. Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that are real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things. I believe we have reached an impasse here on this particular point. You. Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. In any case, just... Hold it! No reason to kill him. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice-Fried Mason before? Oh, long no, not once, never! You'd never met the man before, he said. Never! And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentleman who are inside the cabin. Well, you do. You're, like, both indebted to him. Mr. McGillid? Yes, counsel? What can I be doing for you? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection. Is that right now, I wonder? I don't like this music. What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has. Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your payment date? I beg your pardon? You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. An unconsiderable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? And, young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat lying over your head, is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find a perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, 'tis a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers. Such as Thrice-Fried Mason. Ah! Oh. You know, I was thinking of that, but, like, I didn't want to say anything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence of fraud, my lord. Oh, this you mean? I can't help thinking that the poor fellow's hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats. Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer, I'd wager. You could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. No, sir, absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that these two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case.
You little weasel.
This is not going well. He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGillett has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let my little interruption hold up the proceedings. Award Hat Hunter. When was the last time we got an award? Jeez. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
Hold it!
Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time?
I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute.
He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute? That's what he said. Or rage.
Take a look for yourself. Go on. See, it's shut fast now, like it was on that night.
So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, so... Still in all.
What?
Just looking at the size of the thing, you don't understand.
Now you hold on there, man, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. On its own, let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we?
Let's not buy an arcane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke the wind loudly. I shocked myself a bit, as it happens.
This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First.
Oh, I just meant to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rouge, I did.
Are you expecting me to sentence you?
Oh no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin of shame.
Excuse me.
It can. There's a latch on the top. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Or let's trade. Miss Lestrade. I'm gonna keep saying Lestrade. No, here comes the bad accents. It opens. The skylight. This is what we're talking about, right? You're going to have to give that back to Sherlock, by the way. Or, sorry, Airlock. All them skylights open dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had the great hole, I had buses coming out me ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be illusionizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last Brooks purse, he got wise in me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck.
Bailiff! Fly on top of the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims.
Ah! Oh, my hat! See? Hold. So it appears that this street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Mr. Nardo, this could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Yeah, let's... So the skylight was fastened shut before, but now that the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. I'm sure the witness would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Maybe we'll see something if we go inside with it open? Oh, shoot! Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruto. Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here, look at this. That's, without question, it's blood. Why would there be blood stain here? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? See, there is a blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it opens. Doesn't understand how this blood stain got there later, though. No, that's the... Oh, it's just from a different angle. Alright, well, we've seen that now. Oh, I guess now we have to present. I kind of want to press, but I know what we have to present. Whoops, nope. Present.
Objection!
On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remain clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? No, wait. Fair. Which one's fair play? What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. Counsel! My lord! I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out proves the victim fell from the... Oh, there it is. There it is. No. Skip. How do I skip? How do I skip dialogue? Like. Alright, so it's A. Yes, come on. I meant to hit present. Come on. Present.
Got it!
By Jupiter, is that blood? This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my. And so it follows that Mr. McGillid, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. I don't think these guys did it. Order, order, order.
Hold it!
But the blood could have sprayed up there when he was stabbed inside the cabin. And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight? Sure, and that would be very convenient. Ah. But let's keep in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But... There's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? Yeah, that blood wasn't there earlier, though. 'Tis all too plain, if ye see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No. But it can't be. It's all lies.
Hold it!
Oh, 1 second. Audio's kicking out on me. Alright, hopefully that fixed the audio. My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocent, can't we? Nope, now the audio is just completely gone. Okay, hopefully it's working now. Also, I didn't notice that, but you can hear the sound of the guy twirling his knife over there. I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild's carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful part couldn't have done such a thing. On 3 then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
A chilling performance, Mr. McGillid. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Von Zeeks? A blood stain on the frame of the skylight? Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection!
What are you talking about? It's all there. It's there for all to see, and it's clearly blood.
Objection!
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute certainty, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. But, are you suggesting, Lord Von Zeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session, what the Pavlov? I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Von Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGillid, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGillid, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoid getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? When you wield the fortunate size of Mr. McGillet's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to connect the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut, Lord Von Zeeks, that will not do, to be sure. Will it now, Counsel? Oh, no! I think 'tis fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, ye say. But, if yous will, I'll cast your minds back. Is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, Counsel? It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that court has been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... pursue the truth. So I think the way this trial ends is we're going to lose, but they're still going to grant us as being a lawyer. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh. Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruto. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are ye trying to pull, ye rotten feckless gorger? Feckless? Gouger? He's supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat.
When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, this was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. It's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord, no doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? I have an inkling. Yeah, the giant pool of blood in the middle. My lord. Yes, counsel. There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare betray me, you little market, you better start watching me back.
Objection!
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps going one way and then the other. I have no idea what's truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe it here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. What exactly is it appear that? It's gotta be the giant mark of blood on the bottom of the...
Got it!
If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord! Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Real quick, I just want to mention how this is like a complete role reversal of one of the cases in the first Ace Attorney game. Because what was it? It was we were like backed into a corner and then Edworth starts acting less like the defense and more like the prosecutor. No, less like the prosecution and more like the defense. And like you guys work together to catch the real culprit, who like was also rich and wealthy and couldn't escape. It was also the third trial as well. So now it's a role reversal of he's trying to get his guy and we basically have to betray someone who's on our side in order to get the truth. Although, as an advocate for the defense, one might say that it was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that blood stain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Oh no. This trial is over. Mr. McGillid? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell ye. Terrifying. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw. 'Tis all nonsense. Facts are what count. And the fact is, that bloodstain is there, now. Well... And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zeeks. Well, my lord? I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Von Zeeks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, the gun! The Sherlock's gun can prove! I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGillard will be found not guilty. What? He has 5 things leaning towards guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. The defense believes I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGillard. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? This is such a good trial. Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocent of the question, are you of sound mind? I can't do laughs, but I wish I could. Oh, 'twas a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah! Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so ye have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. The trial cannot go any more. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Man, I wish I could do laughs. I really don't know what to make of all of this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it a fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something, you... mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever dared that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea.
Is this really how the trial ends? I thank you kindly, my lord.
I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Objection!
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth.
Lord Von Zeeks, my lord, the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
But wait. When we were evacuated from the court, Lord Von Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibilities in this matter.
That's so unfair.
The culpability, is that capability or culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What? Well, Lord Von Zeeks, it's been a pleasure. So it has. As for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time?
'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law.
Magnus McGillard.
Good grief, you've more to say to me, have you?
Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over.
Well, something to be looking forward to then. There, I tried it.
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGillard, not guilty.
Don't give me this. You should have saved that for the actual... I can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent.
With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. February 18th, 5:14 p.m. The Old Bailey defendant's attaché or attached chamber.
That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mrs. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy.
The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Mr. McGillard. And that girl's with him, too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh? What stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they'd be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man, then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. Ye a straight-talking fella, aren't ye? I must say, ye had me astray in the head there once or twice. But ye young and headstrong. 'Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGillard, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that audacious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in their hands and sort out any wee details. We'll see what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Oh, bewitched! You're humble people, are ye? You from the East. Well, if you insist. But have this, still all in all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGillard? Everything is ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again now. Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing me best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope ye have a well-lived time while studying here in Great Britain. And there he goes, a free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Oh no. Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? Yeah, grown up. Sorry? And I ate all grown-ups. There you are! Oh, never mind. I thought it was Herlock. Naughty. What is this music? Naughty naughty running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now?
And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Ha! Oh god.
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
Gah. Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, normally smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If I have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color.
I thought to myself, they spell color with a U! Yes! Oh, wait, no. The proper way to spell it. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though, at all?
I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it.
Wait, 1 second.
Come on, Kaboo. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
What's it? What? I have no idea what this girl's talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory.
What? What for?
To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician.
What? You mean, say sorry?
You must say sorry for when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
An adult? I don't listen to no adults.
Come along then, follow me.
Fine, have it your way.
Oh good, see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that's what she wants, is not getting shot by that massive gun of yours.
Well, I'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
She was a lively one. Well, hopefully there won't be any more interruptions. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Also, this music is beautiful, so this is our end of trial music. Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh! Yeah, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had the rush here. All of our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. But this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we can spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGillard Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Aw, look at her crying. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGillet down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room. Or mansion. See? She 100% read our mind because she reacted to that. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case
was far from over. Oh, whoa, what is this?
What's going on?
Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water, quick! What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
This can't be.
Who's in there? Is it Mr. McGillett? What the? What am I watching? End. Oh my god, that trial was awesome. The Realm of the Reaper. Dun, 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 dun. That the adventure the adventure of the clouded Kokoro. Well, that will have to be in the next episode. Like, there's no way that was. I want to play more of this game, but there's no way I can start a new episode today. But that's crazy. I only started this yesterday, and we're already done. Only a few episodes. Granted, they were all an hour long. And it was mostly just a trial. There was no exploration like there was in the last case. It's weird that we're on episode 4 already, though. Because, like, this introduced us to trial proceedings. Which didn't matter because this introduced us into true trial proceedings. With jury and all that. So this tutorial was mostly useless. This gave us the concept of so this introduced us to trials. This gave us the concept of exploring a crime scene, both of which weren't used and were completely thrown out and or changed in the 3rd episode. And now once we've had our true tutorial, there are only 2 episodes left. Well, I guess that's why this is the Chronicles, because we still have the 2nd game, which I don't know if it's going to be its own Let's Play or same part of this Let's Play. It'll probably just be a continuation, would be my guess. Anyways. Return to the title screen. Such a cool intro. Alright, so, thank you so much for watching. If you're enjoying this, let me know, because I know I am. Anyways. I need to calm down. So, as always, stay safe, have fun, and have a great day.